So I was really hoping we weren't gonna have to go live like 15 times, but that's the way this works. So we went ahead and we got a pound of our powdered sugar. So we're gonna add that.
This shirt, I'm gonna go get.
Actually, we're gonna just put this off to the side. We don't need this quite yet.
I'm gonna go get a new shirt.
Is your shirt a little wet? You gonna get a new one? That's okay. We need a half a cup of butter for this. So I'm gonna go ahead and have Marin unwrap these and add them to half cup. These are little quarter sticks. So this is gonna be like a quarter of a cup. But we're gonna go ahead and add these 2 sticks to our saucepan, as well as we need a 1/3 cup of cocoa again. Lots and lots of cocoa in this. Thank you.
Okay, I want part of cocoa.
Okay, I'll leave it right here. A 1/3 cup of cocoa, and then I'm gonna go ahead and measure out a 1/3 cup of milk. If I can
I
find.
do the milk?
You can.
I want to do all of it. Can
Okay.
I pour it?
I need to figure out.
Can I pour it?
I'm gonna have to do like a
Can I
huge
pour
no-no.
the cocoa?
Yeah, go ahead, add it to it. I'm gonna do a huge no-no as to what I do when I'm with my students
All of it?
at West High School.
All of it?
I'm gonna use, Edie, make sure you get your nannies covered before you come back here, okay? I'm gonna do a huge no-no, and I'm gonna use a dry measuring cup for my milk, because somewhere amongst that buried mess that my sweet Edie.
Thank you for saying my book.
You're welcome. Somewhere in that mess that my sweet Edie has been working in is a liquid measuring cup. So Marin, I need you to hold that right over here. This is 1/3 cup. Oh. And the reason why we don't want to use a dry measuring cup to measure liquid ingredients is because an accurate measurement for a dry measuring cup is all the way at the top. And when you are measuring a liquid ingredient, it's really difficult to get an accurate measurement with liquid, because you may spill and all that sort of stuff. We did pretty good with this, and it's gonna work out great. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and bring this over to our stovetop. We are going to heat it, bring it just to a simmer. Do not allow it to boil. So boil is gonna be big rolling bubbles. You don't want it to be big rolling bubbles. So we're gonna heat it, kind of mix everything together, and then we're gonna pour. Alexa, off. We're gonna pour our powdered sugar into, we already have it in a mixing bowl. I'm gonna get a bigger mixing bowl. And then we're gonna add that hot cocoa mixture over the top of it. So it's just kind of that wonderful creamy goodness. I'm also going to go ahead and take out our sheet cake. I think it's done. And we'll figure out how we're gonna frost this bad boy. Because what you really wanna do with the sheet cake is you also wanna pour your frosting over the top of it. This is a hot mess. Look at this. Sun's out, guns out. Right, Edie? Edie Kiser.
Yeah. Ready? I'm ready.
Okay, so we're gonna take, I'm gonna go ahead and take our sheet cake out so it doesn't burn. No ma'am. No ma'am. Safety first. Oven's hot. So beautiful. We need to show our Facebook fans what this looks like. Not yet. We gotta let it cool down. So let's bring you over here so you can see this. See what I mean? It looks great. Let's turn on the light so you can see it. Let me flip you over. So the sheet cake looks great. I need to go ahead and get these donuts in there. Marin, back up for just a second, please, so we can get our makeshift. We'll see what's happening with these donuts. I know. One thing at a time. Patience, patience, patience. And don't look at my dirty oven. We need to. All right, so sheet cake doesn't look too bad. You can see it had a little bit of a rise, but what's gonna happen is if I actually add the frosting to the top of this, is it's going to probably pool over the sides. But you know what? We're gonna try it, and then if Mitch is watching this, we'll clean up the mess, babe. Look what's happening. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and make our frosting. So, Marin, woo. Let's go ahead and bring this over here. I need to set a timer for our donuts. I'm gonna do like, I don't know, 15 minutes. And we're gonna see what's happening here. All right, Marin, go ahead and get scooted up here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn my oven, or my stovetop, sorry. I'm gonna turn my stovetop on probably, again, about the same heat we had it on before. So anywhere, I would say probably about 4-ish is gonna be good. That way we don't run into any issues with it boiling, because that's definitely not what we want to happen. So I'm gonna give Marin the golden whisk. We don't have to mash it down. Marin, be careful, please. We don't wanna mash it down, just leave it be for a little bit so they can start melting. I know, look, your fashion. It's okay, it's okay. All right, so we're gonna let this start to melt down a little bit. And then this actually is a recipe that calls for pecans. Edie Kiser! Oh, Lord. Okay, we're done. We're done for a little bit. Look at this mess. What'd you just do, girl?
I need paper towel.
Here is my life. Here is my life. Okay, baby. Look at this. Look at all this water.
Okay.
This is quite a dish pit you've made, baby girl.
Well, I want clay.
I know you do.
You got the book clay.
Okay. All right. I'm glad this is providing comedic relief. Hey, that's all. Hey, can I get you a towel? Can you clean up the floor and then you can keep cleaning?
Okay.
Let's do it, girl. I know. Be careful. Don't slip and fall. You told me you didn't want an apron because that would ruin your fashion.
Need one.
Please stop yelling.
My toes are wet.
Yeah, I bet your toes are wet.
More.
Well, good, Katie. I'm glad that this is something that's also happening for you. All right. So, melting down our butter. We're going to be patient to let that do what it needs to do. Because you see when we're using a whisk with this at this point, what's happening? What's happening in this, Marin? I want you to tell me.
It's getting stuck.
It's getting all stuck inside of there, isn't it? So what we need to do is we need to just let it hang out for a minute. Cooking is baking is a great trial of patience.
Get out of
in lots
jail.
of ways. So
It's in jail.
It's in jail. Butter jail. The best kind to be in. Especially on a hot summer day.
Really?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm so funny. I've got lame jokes for days. Okay. So we're gonna let that melt down. It's okay. It's not gonna hurt anything.
It's got butter.
The cake looks great, except I think my oven may be a little bit off.
And the taste.
No, not yet. Edie, did you get it all cleaned up? Good girl.
Can I see the washer?
Yeah, make sure. Oh, girl, you need to pull up those pants. Make sure that you also get your chair wiped off so that way you don't. Slip on your chair. Okay.
I need a knife to get this out of here.
It's okay. It'll melt. Do you want me to help you?
Yeah. Let me
There. It came out.
Ooh.
So again, just really wonderful, creamy, chocolatey goodness.
Ooh la la.
Definitely not on anyone's diet plan. Maybe if you're on some fancy like quarantine diet plan where all you do is eat all of the things you shouldn't. I feel like there's always room for cake though. There's always room for cake.
Oh yeah.
We also are making this cake as a belated happy birthday Aunt D cake. I know that she's been watching a little bit. She lives in Missouri, so we don't get to see her very often. And we also wanted to give a shout out to our cousin Charlotte Chance in Utah. She has been enjoying watching these cooking tutorials and is always excited to get to see Edie, because Edie and Charlotte are about the same age.
Yep.
Say hi. Say hi, Charlotte.
Hi, Charlotte. I'm cleaning everything I made a mess.
Yeah, it's okay. It's good you're cleaning it up.
I'm done.
Are we all done with it? Okay, we got it all melted in. Yep, and we need to make sure that we keep it on our heat. What noisy sound?
Ow, that bottom of that pan.
I know, the metal, scraping metal, it's not a great sound, huh? We need to let this simmer though, so that way it can kind of continue to melt down. We're almost there, but we're not quite to where we need to be. And Edie is back at it. Back at it again.
Oh yeah.
How's it going over there, dishwasher?
Good. It's going good, and it's not cold, but it is very cold.
It's very cold.
My ears.
Alexa, we're not talking to you. There's already too many cooks in the kitchen, girl.
I thought I heard my name.
She thought she heard her name. Boy, technology. Look at all these things that we can do. Do you need help?
Yes.
Okay, here, you hold this. I'll get your apron on.
Give me my apron on.
Hey.
So, and let's see how it's doing.
Well, there, it looks like it's still hanging out. Low heat. Again, I think I have it at about 4.5 or so. Hi. Don't show them your boogers. No one needs to see you up your nose. Okay.
I wasn't.
All right, you can see it's starting to really get smooth. It's a nice texture. This is what we're gonna pour over the top of our, Edie!
Sorry. Now you have to clean it up again.
I feel like Edie may lose her privileges with this, because look at the floor. Look at the floor. Girl, you're okay? Hey, you're out of control. You're out of control. It's okay. It's okay. We're okay. It's just a little water. Were you wanting to go swimming today? Because look at this. Girl.
I want to swim today.
I know. I guess you decided to do it inside. And fishing.
We can go fishing today. When Dad gets home for lunch.
Okay.
When Dad gets home after Dad gets home, can we go fishing?
No, I don't think that we can make that happen. But Edie, I need you to get another towel. I need you to get another towel out. And I hope you guys all got the audio of that.
Fire.
That water hitting the. Here you go. That water hitting the floor, because that was for real, for real. Look out, hot pan, hot pan, hot pan. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add. I feel like I need a bigger bowl. Will you grab me a bigger bowl, Mary? That is right. We gotta make sure that we talk about what we're doing in our kitchen, so that way we don't hurt anybody. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are hot, a lot of things that are heavy, a lot of things that are, oh my goodness, I never started my timer. Maybe I did. Yes, I did. All right. No, I need a bowl, like a big bowl. I feel like. This might be better. Let's use this. Okay, keep cleaning up, girly girl.
Okay, got this.
I'm gonna add our 1 pound of powdered sugar. And then what we're actually doing is we're gonna take our powdered sugar. Sorry, I keep touching my face, but again, we're the only ones eating this. So I'm going to add
We are not.
the chocolate
You're not the only ones eating it.
I'm gonna add the chocolate to our powdered sugar.
Grandma, remember?
I don't know if we're gonna get this one to anybody or not. This might be a Kiser House exclusive. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take.
Want to bake it again? I want to start.
I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna get it started, and then we're gonna see what's happening here, because I feel like this is not gonna turn out the way I want it to. And I assure you, I have made this recipe before, but whenever you're doing something, especially on a Facebook Live, I'm finding that things don't always go as planned. That's part of why you guys watch this, right? You get to see what craziness is actually going to happen in my life, in the lives of all of us. All right, it looks like we are combining pretty good. Just trying to get all of that powdered sugar kind of mixed in there.
You need to pull up your hair.
I need to pull up my hair?
No.
Edie does?
Everyone.
We probably should have, huh? We're not always following the best serve safe practices here. And I think I'm sweating. Like, I think this is visible sweat I have right now. I'm going to go ahead and what we're going to do with most of this is I'm going to have Maren do this. Say a prayer for me. All right, come here, Maren. Okay, here is our sheet cake. She's not going to use all of this frosting because, again, we made those donuts, so we want to save some for that. But I'm going to have her pour some of this over the top. Our sheet cake is still warm, and so the way that this works is it hits that sheet cake. You can in just a minute. It hits the sheet cake, and then what happens is it melts, and it tends to spread. So what we're looking for here is a little bit of a spread. So I'm going to set you guys up right here so I can help. Maybe. Why is the light on? I didn't know that was a thing. I'm going to grab a rubber scraper. Taste it. How is it? Is it good stuff? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this. I'm going to try to get as much of it out of that whisk as I can. And we're going to take this and we're going to add it to the top. I'm sure it tastes great. Why don't you like it? It tastes like flour. It doesn't have any flour in it. And I feel like this is going to be... All of you guys that are like baking wizards at home are probably like judging all of this mess. But understand, all of this is a labor of love. Love, love, love. It is spreading okay, but I feel like it's not spreading as much as I want it to. This is why you're supposed to make the frosting while your cake is in the oven. It actually might be to our advantage if it's like thicker and not spreading as much, because...
Mama, this is hard to do, Mama.
Is it? Leave it in there, please. Let's not spill any more water on the floor. What we're going to do though is we're just going to spread this out over the top. What are you... You need room for your fishy. Edie, let me help. Hold on just a second. Mommy is a control freak, man. Have you figured that out? And if you don't know what a control freak is, it's probably every teacher you've ever met. Just to give you like the real deal there. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just taking this and I'm spreading it over the top because our cake was not quite hot enough to help with that melting process. But I will say it probably is to our advantage again because this pan was not very forgiving as far as for the amount of sheet cake that we put into it. This is why it's important whenever you're reading instructions for a recipe that you always look at it and say, okay, do I have all of the supplies, the tools, the resources I need in order to finish this? Some things you are able to kind of get done on your own, but again, we want to make sure that, or you can kind of make up as you go along. Like buttermilk, we can do different substitutions and things. But, here we go. But we want to make sure that we just kind of are adapting. This is quarantine. We are doing as we can. So, we're tasting it. What don't you like about it? I think it tastes amazing. Mm-hmm.
I taste flour.
You taste flour.
Can I taste?
Yeah, baby. Here, let me get you a taste. Open up.
Mmm. That's yummy.
Is that good stuff? Did we do a good job? All right. So there's our sheet cake. I'll let you know how the donuts turn out. I think they're probably going to be okay. But I don't know. Pictures to follow, as well as we will be posting the recipe. So you guys can try this out at home if you want to. And yeah, we'll see what happens. So high five. High five. All right. And we'll see you guys next time. Say bye, Edie.
Bye.
Say bye.
Bye.